Basketball Association. Tonight live from the Baltimore Arena in Baltimore, Maryland. It's the Bullets against the Milwaukee Bucks.
A guard, number 24 at 6'4" from Mississippi State, Jeff Malone. At the other guard.
Ball pulled down by Paul Pressey. And the Bullets control with Catlett off the boards. Ahead for Jeff Malone. Bullets 2-0 in the opening minute of play.
That was really a good pass from Terry Cummings. It just seemed like it caught him by surprise.
Jeff Malone gets the 2. He'll go to the free throw line. We have problems that we had for the first half hour of the broadcast. The pregame show was unable to be carried here out of Baltimore.
Well, you look at that replay, it really looked like Kristoviak had very good inside position and should have picked up a charge on Jeff.
The Bullets moving the other way now. Darrell Walker showing some signs of improvement recently. Here's Jeff Malone on the drive.
Named
10 points now, a dozen of the 21 that Milwaukee has. The Bucks 21, Bullets 20. Cummings is 6 of 8 right now. Jeff Malone, Bullets 12, and Cummings has 16. So that's a combined 28 of the 43 for Milwaukee.
Well, that's just what your scouting report should say, is that Ricky Pierce is going to
bat that ball for Roberts. John Williams has it. Trying to spin across court for Jeff Malone, wide open, and he makes it. That's picked up the field goal shooting. They're back up to 56% after shooting only 45% during the first quarter.
With the smaller team, that's what you have.
A very respectable crowd here tonight at the Baltimore Arena. Heavy snow came to Baltimore. There's about 3 or 4 inches on the ground as Jeff Malone comes through for 2 for the Bullets, and the Bullets are down. Coming down to the 4-minute mark of the first half. Jeff Malone on a screen for 2. Phil Chenier will be together tomorrow night in Charlotte when the Bullets travel down there.
I'm sure they'll be ready for the Bullets then. Good passing from the Bullets. Jeff moving well without the ball. The man keep the ball hopping till you get the shot you want. And they picked up their...
Tipped away. John Williams gets it back to Darrell Walker. The Bullets have it. Jeff Malone over Sigma for 2.
It's the move by Jeff. He gets the contact. If anything, Jack Sigma is still moving, so there would be a foul call on Sigma.
Sigma tries to drive on Williams, dishes the Mindtreef, and stolen away by John Williams. Lead pass for Jeff Malone. The layup goes, and the Bullets are down by 4, trailing 70-60 with 6:33 left to play in the third.
Now, you mentioned that John only has 3 points in this game, but he's done so many other things. That time he came up with the steal, makes a nice pass for an easy layup from Jeff.
Malone with 24. Bullets have run 6 straight. And they may run 8. Malone looking to pass it. Drives, and he takes the 2. Jeff Malone pulls the Bullets to within 2. 26 points for Jeff Malone, coming down to the 6th. Bernard King comes back into the game for the Bullets. King has not had what you would call a good night. In fact, he spent a good portion of it on the bench. Echols from the...
That's the Bucks who are going into their trap, and the Bullets who are passing around the perimeter.
Jeff Malone is fouled. It goes. Well, and get 29 points if he can convert.
Well, you figure out here where the foul actually is. Is it there? If so, then he should not be allowed the basket. If it's there with Terry Catlett.
Hit on 12 of 21 shots. Converts. Bullets looking to take the lead. Trailing by a point. Jeff Malone with his...
to really hurt the Bullets, particularly down in this 4th quarter.
Jeff Malone, tie game at 105. Malone with 33.
Boy, Jeff just took that on his own, broke the play. It was to be a pick and roll situation.
Mark Allery's in the game. He's a good 3-point shooter. And John Williams and Eccles have both made 3-pointers this year.
Harvey Grant looking to inbound it. Does to Jeff Malone. Sigma.
With only seconds left, we're in the glass. That's our only hope. They're down 2 points. They don't need a free throw here. They need a basket.
John Williams tipping it up in the air.
There's Allery!
Allery! Mark Allery with the follow-up. Ties the game at 113.
Well, how do you like that? The strategy for Milwaukee back.
Harvey Grant, guarded by Terry Cummings, gets the ball to Darrell Walker. Jeff Malone for 2. had to slow the break down, though, a little bit. Couldn't control it. Jeff Malone overcoming if he makes both free throws. Walk, 37 points for Jeff Malone.
Bullets need to keep the pressure on the...
Harvey Grant wide right. That'll be it. The Milwaukee Bucks beat the Bullets in double overtime, 128 to 121, as the Bullets return to Baltimore for the first time since 1973. Back with a recap, some final comments when Home Team Sports coverage of the Bullets continues live from the Baltimore Arena in just a moment.